Welcome to Super Truther. This is Adam speaking. I'm going to be reading from a quick passage here from a book called The Great Controversy, and this is called Chapter 39, The Time of Trouble. At that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince, which standeth for the children of thy people, and there shall be a time of trouble, such as never was since there was a nation, even to that same time. And at that time thy people shall be delivered, every one that shall be found written in the book. It's from Daniel 12:1. When the third angel's message closes, mercy no longer pleads for the guilty inhabitants of the earth. The people of God have accomplished their work. They have received the latter rain, which is the Holy Spirit, the refreshing from the presence of the Lord, and they are prepared for the trying hour before them. Angels are hastening to and fro in heaven. An angel returning from the earth announces that his work is done. The final test has been brought upon the world, and all who have proved themselves loyal to the divine precepts have received the seal of the living God. Now that's in opposition, or not in opposition. That's opposed to the mark of the beast. So you can get the mark of the beast, or you can get the seal of the living God. All right. Then Jesus ceases his intercession in the sanctuary above. He lifts his hands and with a loud voice says, "It is done." And all the angelic hosts lay off their crowns as he makes the solemn announcement. He that is unjust, let him be unjust still. And he which is filthy, let him be filthy still. And he that is righteous, let him be righteous still. And he that is holy, let him be holy still. That's Revelation 22:11. Every case has been decided for for life or death. Christ has made the atonement for his people and blotted out their sins. The number of his subjects is made up. The kingdom and the dominion and the greatness of the kingdom under the whole heaven is about to be given to the heirs of salvation, and Jesus is to reign as King of kings and Lord of lords. When he leaves the sanctuary, darkness covers the inhabitants of the earth. In the fearful time, the righteous must live in the sight of the holy God without an intercessor. The restraint which has been upon the wicked is removed, and Satan has entire control of the final impenitent. God's long suffering is ended, and the world has rejected his mercy, despised his love, and trampled upon his law. The wicked have passed the boundary of their probation. The Spirit of God, persistently resisted, has been at last withdrawn, unsheltered by divine grace. They have no protection from the wicked one. Satan will then plunge the inhabitants of the earth into one great final trouble. As the angels of God cease to hold in check the fierce winds of human passion, all the elements of strife will be let loose. The whole world will be involved in ruin more terrible than that which has come upon Jerusalem of old. So basically what they're saying here is that, everyone has a conscience. That's kind of the voice of God. Everyone has a little bit of God whispering in their ear saying, hey, don't do that. Don't be an asshole. And that's going to be lifted up from the unholy, I suppose. Just think about yourselves. I'll just leave. All right. Don't think about yourselves. Myself, I know that if I didn't have that still small voice inside me telling me not to punch everybody in the face that ticks me off, or not to ram my car into, the person that just cut me off, that sort of thing. If that conscience is gone, that's not a good day for anyone. Trust me. But imagine the whole world doing that. Oh my. So, alright, let's continue. A single angel destroyed all the firstborn of the Egyptians and filled the land with mourning. When David offended God offended against God by numbering the people, one angel caused that terrible destruction by which his sin was punished. The same destructive power exercised by one holy angel when God commands will be exercised by evil angels when he permits. There are forces now ready and only waiting the divine permission to spread desolation everywhere. That does not sound like a good day at all. Those who honor the law of God have been accused of bringing judgment upon the world, and they will be regarded as the cause of the fearful convulsions of nature and the strife and bloodshed among men that are filling the earth with woe. The power attending the last warning has enraged the wicked. Their anger is kindled against all who have received the message, and Satan will excite the still greater intensity the spirit of hatred and persecution. Now, speaking of persecution and people going along with things, right now we have this whole mask mandate baloney going on. I don't wear a mask, because I'm a man and I'm an adult man, and I'm not buying it. The numbers aren't there. I don't see people falling over dying. I don't see sick people. I don't see people bleeding from the eyes. I don't see any of the things that would warrant any caution in public. I talk to the people I talk to. Social distancing is not scientific at all. None of it's all just a big power grab and control thing. But I believe it's training people to follow, to fall in line, in lockstep, if you will, to the greater plan that is to obviously administer the mark of the beast upon the entire population as much as they can. Now, I'm not sure if the vaccines come into play or not. I mean, it really sounds like it, the way they're talking about hydrogel and this luciferase stamping, so you can say, oh yeah, you've got your luciferase stamp, so you're good to go. It's a little glow-in-the-dark stamp they're going to put on you for, so you can prove you got vaccinated. And I don't think that injecting foreign objects in your body is a good idea. Therefore, I don't do heroin. But anyways, moving on. When God's presence has finally withdrawn from the Jewish nation, priests and people knew it not. Okay, so they're talking about back in Jerusalem, when Jerusalem fell. Though under the control of Satan and swayed by the most horrible and malignant passions, they still regarded themselves as the chosen of God. The ministration of the temple continued. Sacrifices were offered upon its polluted altars, and daily the divine blessing was invoked upon the people guilty of the blood of God's dear Son and seeking to slay his ministers and apostles. So when the irrevocable decision of the sanctuary has been pronounced, and the destiny of the world has been forever fixed, the inhabitants of the earth will know it not. So Yoda would say. Let's see. The forms of the religion will be continued by the people from whom the Spirit of God has been finally withdrawn, and the satanic zeal with which the Prince of Evil will inspire them for the accomplishment of his malignant designs will bear the semblance of the zeal of God. So they're going to be like, hallelujah, brother, praise Jesus, and let's kill these people. That sounds terrible. All right, as Sabbath has become the special point of controversy throughout Christendom, and religious and secular authorities have combined to enforce the observance of the Sunday, the persistent refusal of a small minority to yield to the popular demand will make them objects of universal execration. All right, execration. It will be urged that the few who stand in opposition to the institution of the church and the law of the state ought not to be tolerated, that it be better for them to suffer than for the whole nation to be thrown into confusion and lawlessness. The same argument many centuries ago was brought against Christ by the rulers of the people, and it is expedient for us, said the wily Caiaphas, that one man should die for the people, but the whole nation perish not. John 11:50. This argument will appear conclusive, and the decree will finally be issued against those who hallow the Sabbath of the fourth commandment, denouncing them as deserving of the severest punishment, and giving the people liberty, after a certain time, to put them to death. Romanism, in the old world, and apostate Protestantism in the new, will pursue a similar course toward those who honor all the divine precepts. So apparently, God didn't change any of the 10 Commandments, and it was the Roman Catholic Church. And some of you know that, and some of you have rejected Christianity outright because of the craziness of religion, and that's understandable. But know that there's a God in heaven, and the reason for let me just explain this. The reason for the purpose of the Sabbath, the seventh day, was to God established it, and also it's a memorial, a weekly memorial of the creation and an honoring of the Creator. So when we change the day or say it doesn't matter, then we're lying to ourselves, because obviously it wouldn't be a commandment if it wasn't important. Let's see here. I'll just read one more thing. The people of God will then be plunged into the scenes of affliction and distress described by the prophet as the time of Jacob's trouble. Thus saith the Lord, we have heard a voice, trembling of fear, and not of peace. All faces are turned into paleness. Alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it. Jeremiah 30:5-7. So, I just say to everybody, please like, subscribe, but, yeah, okay. All I'm saying is, read your Bibles. I'm a sinful man myself, but I can see, I can look around me, and I can see the ridiculous power grab that's going on. People getting arrested for just, last week for going to school, and the week before that for saying, hey, why don't we protest being locked in our houses? And then, why don't we just arrest this pregnant lady? And, and it's a global power grab. The most ridiculous thing I've ever seen. And I thought I'd never see it. And it happened just this year. Anyways, like I said, I love you all. Pray, read your Bibles. God be with you. The God of heaven, the Creator God. Let's go there, because there is the God of this world, who everybody seems to be following. All shut up. All right. Talk to y'all later.